Welcome to this Wednesday night with the Librarians, the next chapter, episode 10, and Going Medieval. Such a fun little episode, I thought. There might be some conflict tonight, who knows? But Marsha, I'll get started with you today.
Okay. Well, hi everybody. Yeah, episode 10 and going medieval. So, to start with the um the plot of this episode, episode 10, kind of was Mrs. Astalot's story. So, I'm going to read the little blurb. When Vikram attempts to return to 1847 via a homemade time machine, he inadvertently takes the entire team back to the days of King Arthur, where they learn the truth about a knight of the round table, Camelot and Elaine. Da da da.
Mm-hmm.
And Well, to start off with the beginning of the episode, when Vikram walks in with that yellow, bright yellow. Oh, wait a minute, yellow. I didn't even realize I
This
was
was
doing that.
really bright, though.
With that,
It was several shades brighter, I think.
with that
Or she
obnoxiously
or she did it on
yellow.
purpose. And then she's got the yellow thing behind her.
Yeah,
I mean,
I've got
yellow,
so
yellow,
much
yellow.
yellow.
It's like, man.
Um, and it's so obnoxious, and of course people start to make fun of him immediately. And and Connor asked him, "Does it take batteries?"
Oh, yeah, I thought that was funny. That was funny.
And then he walks upstairs to Mrs. Astalot, and
Because he
we
gets
hear,
summoned.
"Huh? Oh,
He
that's
gets
right. He gets
summoned.
summoned.
Yes.
He gets summoned upstairs, and they're
And they
all
all go,
looking. Ooh.
woo.
And we hear shouting, and then we hear this crash. And what does Lysa say? Do you think she killed him? Which I thought was funny. And then he comes out in a huff and decides he's going to leave, and I was kind of surprised that Charlie didn't go after him, since she is the guardian of Vikram. But she didn't, and he storms off, and then Mrs. Aslak comes down and doesn't tell him everything, of course. And then they go off, and poof,
They're gone.
poof. So
Yeah.
I thought it was a fun beginning to the episode.
Yeah. It was fun. Greg, what did you think of? Did you think the fight they had over the time machine was a little strange? That it only changed one of the numbers.
Yeah, but I mean, if it was hastily built, I mean, maybe that one was the loose one. I mean, it had to for the story.
Well, of course it had to.
But even before that, I got a kick out of Liza and Connor like packing stuff up and giving Charlie heck for just sitting there reading a magazine.
Well, yeah.
So I thought that was, I don't know, it didn't seem to follow from the interactions in the earlier episodes, but it was nonetheless, I thought, amusing. That I think she just wasn't in the mood.
Well, I think so too. I think she says, I've done enough, and she was taking a break.
Yes.
She was taking a break.
But yeah, no, I thought actually I got a kick out of the little time machine. I thought it was fun. Everything had a little place. The jewel went here, the
Yeah.
baby scythe went there, and so I'm an art prop guy, and I just ate that particular aspect of it up.
It made me wonder whether Vikram had this planned all along, because it seemed like these several of the artifacts they had recaptured were specifically for this purpose. So,
Possibly.
Or he just lucked out. Who knows?
Hmm.
Or it was
Or
supposed to happen because all that was preordained anyway.
or was
Yeah.
it
Well,
was
Connor
actually-
brought him to the train,
That's right. Connor brought him to the train.
and the pendulum, I think, led them to the gem that was at the university.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the third artifact he used was.
Well, the mirror, the glass was the first. Wasn't that the first episode?
Oh, I thought the guy from the band had that.
Yeah, he had that. He has
Yeah.
The glass was that the amulet from the episode with Paul.
Oh, from the okay.
from the observatory.
Yes, from the observatory, and I can't think of the name of the episode right now.
It was
Episode 4, I
Was
think.
that the memory crystal?
Yes.
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 Episode 5.
5.
Okay.
I like that it was like in a little frame.
Mhm.
Actually, later I got a kick out of, even with the size of it, that the soldiers had to like tie it down to a litter. I thought that was funny.
But poof, they end up at where, Michael? The outpost.
Yes. They end up at the outpost. How fun.
That was I figured once they said medieval, where else were they going to go, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It was fun to see.
847 AD. I couldn't find out much about Belgrade in the 9th century.
Oh, you did some
Oh,
research.
I tried to, because I was curious about historical accuracy, but I
Mhm.
did find that it was a stopping off point for the Crusaders.
Ooh, interesting.
So it would not have been unusual for Knights of the Crusade from all over Europe to have been in Belgrade at that time.
Hmm.
Interesting.
So we learned her name is Eleonore of oh, wait a minute, of I forget where she was from. Eleonore of Camelot? Oh, I can't remember.
No, it was like
Astolat.
Astolat.
Of Astolat.
Yeah.
So that's where she got her last name from.
Yes.
Yes, and I feel like an idiot for not knowing that.
Well, they got you, Greg.
They got me. Elaine, Astolat. Considering the tie-in to like with Excalibur and Galahad being at the main library.
And they're trying to explain to once they meet Miss Astolat who they were and try to get her to believe that they knew her from before, and what Charlie demonstrates how she knows her. It reminded me of the movie Overboard with Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell. You ever see that movie?
Yes.
Well, and how Kurt Russell identifies her as his wife because she has amnesia. He talks about a scar high up on her thigh. She looks back and goes, "Ooh," and that's what reminded me of Mrs. Astolat. It's high up on my arse.
Yes, I thought that was funny. It may even have been an homage to that.
It might have been.
It might have been. Ooh, I'll have to ask. Ooh, I'm
okay. Write that down, Marsha. We forget sometimes.
I did love Elaine's costume in this episode. Absolutely loved that.
You loved her costume, you said?
Yeah. It was very, very. I like the pleating and the placket, and it was just.
A.F. Stewart says, "I guess she was Elaine of Astolat. It was nice to see the reveal, though. Good for you."
Yeah.
Seriously. I really feel stupid for missing that. Good for you, man.
Linda says hi.
Hi.
Hello, Linda.
I am. Well, and back to the scenery of the outpost. It
Yeah.
was
Yes.
with the gate, and the outside of the castle, and probably the inside of the jail. Although I couldn't spot particularly, but why not? Why else would they not use it? And and the
Well, I haven't seen the
costume,
second season of The Outpost yet, so
yeah, and the costumes.
I'm
It
I'm
was,
sure I'll recognize it when I get there
When you get there, yeah.
oh right. Hmm.
because they hadn't built that for the
No,
first
because
season. That was for later.
No,
they moved production on the second
Yep.
season, so
they actually had a huge lot.
room to do it. Yes.
I'll never forget Dean saying in the first season they had a corner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's apparent.
Hmm.
And one of the few things my wife commented on about was the sets in the first episode.
Yeah, they had like a quarter for the set design budget.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean they had room there and hey, they built things for the ark out there too. So
Yep.
Hmm. Hmm. What did you think of the? I loved Acelot's crank bed, the where she hid
That was neat.
the shield. I was wondering what the
Yeah.
world is she doing at first. I thought she was going to hit Charlie over the head with the bar or
I mean
something.
that was very intricate. That was very intricate.
Really.
So I was going like, what? What's it doing? What's
That was extremely clever.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
and I thought it was I thought, oh, they were going to reveal that the reason why she's immortal is because she slept with the shield under her bed all forever, and then everything else happened. But
Mm-hmm.
that
I thought
wasn't
that
it?
was really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It was intricate. It was well thought out. Um, and I think it really added to the mystery of this particular episode.
Mm-hmm. When I was looking at the time machine and I was looking at the numbers, back then they didn't have the same, they didn't use the same figural numbers as we did. So I'm thinking, so then those numbers wouldn't have meant anything to them. What do you think?
Yeah, and I was also trying to pay attention to the language too, but um, Vikram like explained away the language issue,
Mm-hmm.
except for the fact when they recognized that they were from Britain. Um, English in the 9th century was nothing like English
Nothing like it is
today.
today. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that little point of error, um, there were a number of numbers in use. Um, and the Arabic numerals that
Mm-hmm.
our current numbering system is based on was in use. And I think any anybody that would have seen Arabic at that time would have known what they were.
Yeah, really, because I was trying to explain that to think of that as an explanation as to why they didn't think it was a time machine. Because I was thinking, well, they wouldn't have recognized that they were numbers, so they really didn't know what it was. Because nobody ever mentioned, oh, this must be a time machine or anything like that.
No, they just said it was something magical and it gave
Mm.
them their power.
And I thought,
Yes.
yeah, because the numbers wouldn't have meant anything to them.
Mhm.
They didn't try spinning them or anything like that. So, but if you say
Which was
that they,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, I forget. The numbers in Western Europe must have been based on Roman at the time,
Ah.
because Latin was the common language that everyone would speak
Mm,
as they traveled.
hmm. Well, I was wondering also, they put on their hoods, which are also from the wardrobe of the outpost. Um, but they didn't change anything else. They didn't put on any garments or anything like that. I thought maybe they might slip on a waistcoat or
No, they
gown.
didn't, did they?
Not at all.
Yeah, and there wasn't really any point made about their clothes. But then again, they thought they were witches or sorcerers
Yeah,
from
so
the
they said
beginning
no.
anyway.
Yeah.
And I will say, and I can say that because I'm black, because when they first appeared, and the first villager touched Connor on the face, I thought she was gonna point out his color. He's brown, or he's, because I didn't see any other people of color there. So I thought that would have been an opportunity just to say that. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah,
but
but they wouldn't have
but
been unknown.
but I wouldn't have thought that if I had seen other black people there, but I
True,
saw none. So I just thought it
true.
might have been an interesting thing to say, okay, you're a sorcerer, because we've never seen anybody like you before. So that's
Yeah.
another reason why we think you're a sorcerer.
Well,
Just
especially if they were like on the road between, for the Crusades, going back and forth between the Middle East and Western Europe.
mhm.
But they appeared in blue smoke.
They appeared in blue smoke, and I think when
Guess that's
he
enough, huh?
touched him, I thought it was more of he's real. I was giving them the benefit of the doubt.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Vikram used a kind of anachronistic word when he was getting ready to be tortured, and he said kinky. Where do you think he
Yeah.
got that word from?
Well, remember what he's been listening to on his headsets. You never, who knows what he's been listening to. He might have been listening to some podcasts.
He
Who
might have
knows?
been.
That almost seemed like something Callum might have done, and it actually made the cut.
Mhm. That's what I was wondering too.
That's very possible. Very possible.
Especially after having chatted with him.
Mm-hmm.
That
And
seemed
what'd you
more
think about?
Callum than Vikram.
Yes, yes.
And then there was the torture scene.
Oh,
Oh,
that was hilarious
so
about
funny.
him being able to withstand pain.
And he goes, "Oh, I didn't think it would be this bad."
And it was like the first turn of it,
I know.
too. And I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, he's gonna start complaining that right away.
I mean,
He's
you're
full
right.
of
The first turn
bluster.
of the screw, he was out. And what about the torturer?
Oh,
When
we couldn't hear. Yeah,
yeah,
couldn't hear.
that
That
was
was
a nice touch. What good is it if you can't hear the?
my confession or my.
Yeah.
That was.
And I
There
was
was
trying to
lots of. There
remember
was
what the
lots of
deaf
funny things.
torturer that seemed familiar too, but I couldn't remember the source for it.
That seemed familiar.
Seemed familiar.
Mhm. And then when Lisa and Connor come in and Lisa has this big idea of how she's gonna get them free, and she comes up with this horrific idea to empty the chamber pot. Now, I didn't do my research on that.
They did use chamber pots.
Well, that I
Um,
know. What about
but
what was in
something
the
that had
chamber?
ready access to the outside, they might not have had them there unless they also kept prisoners there.
Hmm.
But we really didn't need to see the contents of the chamber pot.
Didn't. Mm-mm.
So,
What?
um,
Hmm.
plus a point for realism,
Hmm.
minus a point
For
for not
grossness.
leaving it up to our imagination.
Well, now, what scientifically did that make sense?
From what I
Well,
remember, I think it kind of did.
Hmm.
Um, I'm not an expert. Oh, we got some more. Maybe someone's told us what we're doing wrong.
I know that you have to vent a like an underground septic tank. If it's not like tied to a leach field or anything, if there's no way for the gases to disperse. They have to be vented. But I thought they went boom from the methane, not from the...
That's what I thought. I meant to do some research on that, but I was depending on you guys to do it.
Yeah.
I forgot about that part. I'm gonna look into that afterward just to see.
Yeah, I thought about it too, but I tried to block it out until you mentioned it, I think. I didn't
was
even make a
kind
note
of
about it.
surprised, yeah. And I was wondering why if they were in there and Lancelot knew that that they were going to come back, why did he wait until they were outside to capture them instead of just they were inside in the torture chamber? Why not just keep them locked up in there? Okay, plot.
Yeah.
Yeah, just I guess they wanted to use the front of the castle more, which I'm okay with.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Which that might be the only part of the sets that they prep for this episode too. We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I
That
mean,
and the gate. Mm-hmm.
yeah, because I mean, it's been years since they used that set, unless somebody else has. So they might have had to, do some repairs.
That's
I mean,
true.
because it's out in the elements. I mean,
That's
literally.
true. That's true.
And I'm sure they've got more electric poles that they had to not show.
Yeah, good point. Good point. And
so, yes, urine and feces do contain those chemicals. However, the process is time-consuming and dangerous.
Well, yes, but we just glossed over that part. Yes.
You'd need a lot more of it than just one night's use of a chamber pot. I would expect to extract that much potassium nitrate.
And she didn't even end up using it.
Yeah.
Which frustrated Connor no end. Since he had
that whole scene kind of
weird.
It was almost like, oh, we want to put this scene in because it'll demonstrate that Liza's got the scientific knowledge to do that. And
at least use it.
At least use it. AF Stewart says Dulac is a bit of a show off. Maybe he wanted a dramatic capture.
Maybe. Yes. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. A show of strength, a show of force.
Yeah.
AF, I get that.
Well, also, if your torture chamber isn't near your jail, your jailed people won't be able to hear what's going on or know what torture consists of.
Mm-hmm. True. Okay.
I just pulled that out.
Okay.
Why not?
This is interesting. So Juan says, just joining now, so I probably missed a lot. But can we agree that this episode is very tragic, at least regarding to Lysa and Vikram's background?
Well,
yeah. First, hello and welcome, Suan.
Yeah, hello, hello. And she says also hi. Yes. Yeah, I think. Whoops, I hit the wrong button. I think in some ways, yes.
Yes.
But I'm not saying anymore.
Well, I saw that because I had a pang of empathy for Elaine when she regretfully and reluctantly became immortal because she had thought about it before and she knew all of that. So, and she didn't want to, but she saw it as the only way. So I did feel empathy for her, and she really didn't want to do that, and that was tragic. I agree.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, and
And
Linda
then,
says Dulac is a narcissistic egotist. Yeah,
mhm.
and he wanted a lot of attention. Yeah,
Oh
most
yeah.
likely.
And then
Uh,
the part two of that is what she said about Vikram in the tragedy that he never knew he had a son. He never got a chance to be with his son, and that's certainly tragic.
That is tragic. That is tragic. And Sawan says it's 2:25 a.m. So pardon my French. LOL.
Well, thank you for joining us at so late.
Absolutely, that time of morning.
Appreciate it.
That is a trooper.
Yeah,
That is a trooper.
yeah.
Yeah,
So if you're up and
well,
6 hours
same
ahead
time
of
it is. Well,
us.
same time it is in Serbia. So
Mm.
Yes.
Mhm.
I did have that circled about the sun. I had that circled in an exclamation mark because I didn't expect that. Um, did either of you expect that?
I did not. But chances are the boy would have been raised as Gregor's son.
Uh oh.
But most likely, but Gregor was gone. So who knows what she said to the
Yes.
kid. So,
That's
Hmm.
true. We may find out.
but remember, they weren't married. I didn't think. I thought
No.
No,
they
I don't
weren't.
think so.
Neither of the pairs were married. So,
Hmm.
um, yeah. So that's an interesting point. Maybe we'll find
Hmm.
out. But
Yes. And I learned about the Pentecostal or oath.
oh, you
Now
looked that up?
well, I imagine it was something that was true. That oath of
Hmm.
being a knight and the honor and that kind of thing. So there was an order, um, or what do you call it? Where you have to be true to something, an honor code that
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
yeah. More than likely, the Knights of the Crusade was expected to be extremely pious. They were sold on doing all these horrible things and that they were doing it for God. Um, so the Crusader Knight is where the whole idea of a paladin came from. Somebody who's extremely virtuous and you know noble, both in heart and in deed. So I mean, whether that was part of Mallory's story that they all swore that oath specifically, or it was something noted of other Crusader Knights that the I don't know offhand. I didn't look it up, but it's not unreasonable to believe that that was something they were expected to do, especially considering the whole notions around Arthurian legend that it was an attempt to be something noble and something different, and you restore not just faith but life to the British Isles.
I'll tell you, Siwan is up and thinking. So Lysa lost her family and Vikram too, but Vikram is condemned to live the rest of his life in the library after they find all the magic items. So eventually, Lysa will lose her Gramps or all those other names that she was calling.
Grampy Poo.
Yeah.
Yes. I find
Well, there's a
I
lot
find
more stories,
Yeah,
so
we don't know what might happen. I mean,
we don't know. We can hope that you know I personally think it's kind of happy for Lysa, who lost her parents, and for Vikram, who left his family behind, not even knowing he had a family. So I think it's kind of bittersweet in that regard, rather than completely tragic. So Vikram and Lysa have each other as family, um, but personally, I think there's going to be a confrontation with Gregor coming. So we
Mhm.
may yet get back to 1849. somehow, some way. I don't think Vikram's going to give up on that.
And the time machine is still around. Might he get to see his son?
Who knows?
Who knows? Hey, you obviously never played Final Fantasy 15. No, I haven't.
Oh God, 15. I think I gave up around 8.
Gave up around nothing.
Oh, like, oh my God, they're coming out with more of them.
Well, it certainly added interest to the whole plot line. It certainly
Oh,
did.
it did. It did.
With well, in the episode, Asalop mentioned bargaining with Lancelot for the travelers and the village chieftain.
Right.
Was the village chieftain the person they were torturing at first?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure of that.
Yeah,
Okay.
because Lancelot accused him of hiding them or something.
Yeah. Well, and Lancelot, to me, he looked a bit frail in all that chainmail. I know chainmail is heavy. He looked a bit not up to the task, shall we say, as far as fighting. But maybe that was because he's in his decline of his
Yeah.
Mhm.
power and as a knight, and he certainly did need something. It's like some food. I don't know what he needed.
Well, Matt Frewer played him originally in the Librarians.
Oh.
And this gentleman resembled Matt and kind of had performed him as Matt might have. But I did read that they tried to get Matt and he couldn't do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Sawan was talking about. No, I can't remember. The poor guy should have died considering the sound effects. I'm not sure.
What do you mean
When they
by
were
that?
putting the thing on his head and squeezing his head.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I think that's what she's
Yeah,
talking
that must
about.
have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. I was wondering what they were doing. Were they squeezing his head? Were they pulling his head off his shoulders? What were they doing?
I'm guessing they were like squeezing, like it was a metal band that they made tighter around. Probably made him feel like he had the worst migraine ever.
Boy, that's really horrible thing to do. Ugh.
It's a torture chamber.
Yeah.
It was gross and funny at the
Duh,
same time,
Tarsha.
Sawan says.
Well, Dean makes a point of making things somewhat humorous.
Yes.
So it's like
yes.
even with Vikram on the stretching rack, the banter was.
Oh, was priceless.
It was,
He
yes.
said, but he said, "I'm a little bit taller."
Yes. Mhm.
Yes.
Matt Frewer. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I did not see the initial
Yeah.
series, so that's interesting. I like Matt Frewer, certainly.
Oh yeah.
He's great.
Yep. I think he was in. I think the last thing I saw him do was Eureka.
And that's been a while. Yeah.
That has been a while. Well, speaking about sound effects, Swan, the wind whistling.
Oh, that
Now,
was too
I
much.
did look that one up because I thought that was a bit peculiar. And there is such a thing. There was such a thing as what are they? Palatal whistling. And there are YouTube videos on palatal whistling, which I have discovered. So I tried it a little, and I can't do it.
Interesting.
But to summon the gods and the winds. I thought that was a bunch of hooey when he said it, but yeah.
Well, what I thought was amusing is that they actually made it look like there was gusts of wind.
Gusts of wind coming when they did that. Yeah.
I thought that might happen.
But the other side of it is that when you have that big of a fire, wind kind of
Wind makes it
soaks
worse. Yeah.
Your friend. Hey, I've seen Survivor enough to know that they blow on those embers to make a big fire. So I was thinking that's not such a good idea.
But it was amusing, you
Yes,
know.
it was very amusing.
You know, it's like when you have nothing left to lose, why not try?
Why not whistle?
You just never know what's going to happen.
You
One
never
thing
know.
I thought was really funny was when Charlie came up behind the two of the soldiers and clunked their heads like Moe in the Three Stooges.
Oh yeah,
That was funny.
yeah. This was actually a good episode for Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think, you know, she wasn't primary in the episode, but when she
Mm-hmm.
was in there, she had some really, really good scenes, especially the ones between her and Elaine.
And Elaine, they were great. They were great. Um, I I thought it was very interesting when Vikram was telling Lysa, you know, about he had a son when they were being burned. I just thought the timing was that because after I'd seen it the first time, I couldn't remember when he told them or when he told her. Then when I saw it again, and I went, okay, it was then. But I totally had. I guess I didn't want to think that he was telling her that when they were burning alive. You know, that did not compute with me, and I didn't like that. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what
I
I
also
find
thought it
fun
was
too. Is when you go back and look at it again, sometimes what you remember was
Yeah.
not what it really was.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
I thought it was interesting though that they also went back and showed what happened between
Elaine
Elaine
and
and Vikram
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
after we already knew that Elaine was there back then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I have to say the causality aspects of time travel they handled really well and really carefully.
They really did. They
They
really did.
didn't do too much
Mm-hmm.
that would have, you know, other than appearing, you know, that would have caused any major upset. And
Mhm.
everything that they did do had to have happened.
Yeah.
So I thought that was extremely clever. So credit to the writers on that. I thought they did a really good job.
Siwan says it would make sense. He would tell them the truth, and so they would understand what happened. Yeah, that does make sense.
Yes. Yeah.
But I mean, it was. I mean, I really enjoyed this episode. I really did. I liked getting the history of Elaine. I talked to Greg a little bit earlier today, and I agree with what Greg told me. He basically said it was nice. It was nice that she got pretty much a full episode that we got to hear her story because she has not been in it that much. She's been in sporadically through, you know, the previous 9 episodes, and some she wasn't even in at all. They just mentioned her. So it was nice to that she got her story told. So
no, very very good, and also you know I think it's great that it you know it relates her to the library as well. You know, especially at the end where you know Vikram you know gave her the note that says this is where I think the library is at this point in time. You know, and told her that I can't remember if it was Galahad or Gawain. Is Galahad, right?
Galahad.
yeah,
Yeah. So it told her, you know, that Galahad was a caretaker there.
was a character. Yeah.
So that also means the library existed then, which is cool too.
Yeah.
So the Jenkins character, is that something that was in the earlier incarnations of?
It was in the first series. Yeah.
Yes.
I figured that's what it was since I had a blank look.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was one of
They
the
didn't
main
make the
cast.
story dependent on it though. So I mean, it
No.
was just
No, I
basically
see.
a reference.
Mm-hmm.
That could have been an
Somebody else that
inventive.
was there that she knew. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So let's see what else was going on.
Well, the fact that they pointedly said Lancelot would be back. They
Yes.
made a point of saying that. So I expect to see him somewhere down the line. Maybe not this season, maybe next season, or
mm-hmm.
Michael,
Or was
or
when he showed up in the original series when he would be back.
okay. Now you're twisting my head.
Yeah, A.F. Stewart says love the mention of Jenkins. Yeah, I did too.
Yep.
Ah, okay. So see that encourages me to watch the earlier.
Yeah, the earlier one was equally fun.
It really was, Marcia. After we get through this
Yeah.
one, I think you would really enjoy
Okay.
the
I'm
original
I'm
one.
feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Well, an amusing thing to me, I love Star Trek, the original Star Trek, and I was thinking as they're gallivanting all through there's no prime directive, huh?
No. Other than that, the librarians aren't supposed to be using magic themselves.
Because
And
they,
they kind of do, but that's just
well,
the
they're
Yeah.
in
way.
their regular clothes, and they're thinking, won't anybody remember this? There's no prime directive, but of course there isn't, because this isn't Star Trek, Marcia.
No, but then the library can change their memories. Remember, they said that in
Yes.
episode. Well, they changed people's memories in Con.
Yes.
Yeah, the con.
Mm-hmm. When Marcia was the only one that recognized the ARC uniforms between us.
Woohoo!
Still mad about that.
And I
Mm.
love Lisa calling all the
I probably was scratching a note down or something when they showed them.
Yeah, no. I love Lisa's names for Vikram, which I wonder if are we gonna hear her using them in future episodes.
Yes. Yeah. No, I thought that was fun. I like that she included Opa, which is German generally for grandpa. So
Is that your favorite?
it made me smile. My wife's mother came over from Germany, and her grandfather was referred to as Opa, and
Oh,
grandmother was referred to as Oma. So it made me smile.
oh.
The last one made me laugh when they called her Gumpy Poo. Called him Gumpy, suggested Gumpy Poo.
What's your favorite, Michael?
I just laughed too hard for all of them. Great, 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 great. And I went, oh yeah.
And Vikram wanted to at least take off one great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Not that many.
Yeah. And they hug. Well, she hugged him at the end, and
Mm-hmm.
then he kind of patted her, and we saw them in a whole new light. At least I did see them in a whole new light now.
Yes.
Their relationship.
So
I
on says
did.
I'm with Grandpa Greg on this one.
Yeah. I had to use Grandpa today because of
Grandpa
that.
Greg.
I had to.
Well, you did. Mm-hmm. With the beard, you had to. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Although I'm getting to wizards slowly.
Yeah, I
Are you
get
gonna
Slowly.
You're gonna tie
So,
bows in it?
it's below my collar now, so I'm getting the wizard.
So you're going to build a time machine now, right? Right.
No.
Mhm.
Only if I can go back and get some of those fun artifacts that I see going for eBay for crazy amounts of money that like were only a few dollars back in the 70s.
Mm.
And I am talking about original Kenner Star Wars toys.
All the fun things of life. Is there anything else? I mean, anybody in the chat room wanted to bring up anything before we close? And just to warn everybody, the chat room's somewhat working. I'm having some troubles. I don't think all of the comments are coming through. I'm doing the best I can. But if we didn't make it to your comment, I'm sorry. But as I said, sometimes we don't see them until after the show is over.
Yeah,
So,
and I had wonky time getting in tonight too. So
yeah, well, I was in the
I'm
wrong.
glad I haven't frozen. I fully expected to freeze tonight.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you didn't because I was having issues too, but that was my own fault.
Well, I'm
And I
beginning to
didn't see
think.
anything in work about any infrastructure issues. So
Yeah.
like last week, last week Verizon had some outage with its business lines through most of the central U.S. seaboard, like your area, Michael.
Mm.
Yeah, well, there's been fun weather here.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm beginning to think that Connor's T-shirts are a thing that I've just started to notice because last week he had, we were trying to figure out I was trying to figure out what his shirt said, and this week he had on something I was trying to figure out what it said, and I it was in script, so I was thinking maybe Czar, Tzar.
Oh, I think it was, yeah.
And so now I'm going to have to go back and see what his shirts were before, and to see if this is one of his things.
I think it is. I think he
And
wears
I
different
just
T-shirts.
caught on, so I'm a little embarrassed about that, but I'm going to go back and make a
Well,
list.
hopefully we'll have him on to chat with us, and then we can
great.
find out all the good stuff, or we ask the source in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, when we get her back, we can ask
when we get Ivana back. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's
because she does mention she loves both shopping and manufacturing. So and I imagine shopping for young people is probably a lot of fun.
Yeah, I looked up the TSAR and I did see it's a term for a king. Thanks,
Yeah,
Linda.
term for a king.
And so maybe all of his shirts are in. I don't know.
Well, I think he's all over the place, to be perfectly
Yeah.
honest. So.
Yeah. Plus a lot of that region has had so much influence from so many different
cultures,
other regions.
Yes.
So words like Tsar were really interchangeable across that Eastern Europe. For king.
Very true. Very true.
You see what's so.
But it was a fun episode. They advanced the relationships a lot. It was good to see and learn more about Elaine Ocelot, the Lady of Shalott, as I used to know her by.
Where did you know her? The lady?
One of Lady Elaine's, the way her name was translated, and I can't remember if it was the Italian one or not. But some of the painters painted her as Elaine of Shalott and not Astolat.
Oh.
So the captions for the paintings were Lady of Shalott.
Oh. Okay. Well, I think everybody's going to want his Vikram's obnoxious yellow scarf from this episode.
Oh my God, that was so fun though that she had kept it.
She kept it in a special box.
And speaking of the causality, that's how she knew that
That's
was
how
the
she
day
knew that was the
that all
day to
that
do
emotion.
it. Mm-hmm.
See, I
Yeah.
like those little mind-bending things.
Mm-hmm. So
I can see Greg like that too.
Yeah,
Oh,
when
yeah.
I watched it the second time, I saw her reaction when she was looking over the balcony and she saw that yellow scarf. Her reaction was like, whoa, this is it.
Today's
It was
the
like,
day.
I didn't notice that the first time.
Oh,
I
didn't
just
notice that the second time. Okay.
Well, I mean, I just thought, the first time, Sawan says same, but I
Very
was
good.
thinking that she was just looking over me, but after, seeing it once and then going back, and I went, oh no, she recognized that scarf and she knew this was the time she had to act to make everything right in history. And I thought the last thing I'll say is I thought it was very interesting that she said she wouldn't change anything. She had a good life, being an immortal, and she enjoyed it, and she would not change it at all. And I thought that was very, But I mean, now she's being a beekeeper and doing all this other stuff. So she's finally living her life. It sounds like,
Wouldn't
after all
you
this
do
stuff.
as much as you can to make the most of your time?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, she's living her life. Although we haven't seen her when she was in her youth, so that would be another interesting story to learn about.
Oh, perhaps.
Yeah.
But that would actually go back to the beginning of the Arthur story too.
And she was clever enough to keep the scarf safe.
And then she also says, which is possible, also Elaine probably looked after all Vikram's descendants.
Oh,
that might be true. That might be true.
That's a beautiful thought.
That is a beautiful thought.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to go ahead and be the first. I give it a thumbs up.
Oh,
Big
definitely.
Thumbs up.
Definitely thumbs up.
Except for the poop bucket.
That's what this, or it's that.
Oh, the poop bucket. Just edit. Just
get it out
of it and edit it out.
Yeah, that was weird. But yes, the overall episode was a lot of fun. You have a lot of information, and it changed things.
It did change things.
What do y'all think in the chat room?
Yeah.
Thumbs up. Okay.
Yeah. Give it a thumbs up, thumbs down, or in between.
Is your chat stream even moving?
It is.
Oh, okay.
Yours has been static.
I said there's been some problems, so
yeah.
But
I can't wait till 2 more episodes.
That's all we've got is 2 more for this season. I mean, I just remember when we were knowing it was coming out, and it just seemed like it was so far away.
It did.
And now it's like we've only got 2 episodes. They've just flown by.
So what do we know the title of the next episode yet? Are we allowed to do that?
I looked it up, and I know what they are, but
I just had it up, and then I had to go look up the potassium nitrate thing.
Exactly.
Give us a little hint.
Well, let me put it this way. They have not posted it on IMDb.
It's not. Ooh.
It's not.
Wow.
Oh, okay. They had all the Star Trek episode titles, but not these.
But not the Librarians. No.
There, boy. You're all keeping it close to the vest. Okay.
Is it in the TNT schedule?
It might be. But since they haven't posted it on IMDb, I'm not going to post it here. I've made
I can
agreements. Yeah,
A little while longer.
a little while longer. Just a
I
few
might
weeks.
come over to Michael's house and strangle him. But
I'm afraid you're going to sometimes. When I give you a call and say, guess what, Marsha?
Tell me.
12 podcasts this week. Yes. Yeah.
Well, they should have the teaser for it on Electric.
I haven't seen
Usually
I don't
that's
think they
out
have
by the
yet.
middle of the week.
I think there's a reason they're not posting it right now.
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Exactly.
Dun, dun, dun.
Exactly.
Well, they're
So,
gearing up for a season finale, and we know there's going to be a second season, so maybe
which
it's
is
going to
nice.
be a cliffhanger and lots of big reveals coming.
Yes. Reveals, cliffhangers, and lots of fun stuff.
And hopefully cool prop sets and costumes.
Absolutely.
And we've been promised some kind of merchandising somewhere because he mentioned that during his live chat. Remember?
I remember he did. Now we're going to have to get him on that. But
I'm making my list.
I'll take a cast.
yeah. Now, I will say I'm working on getting some more behind the scenes people.
All right.
From the librarians, so I should have that. Know if we're going to have some good ones. I'm trying to get some of the writers.
All right.
And I've got most of the directors coming when they're free, which is not very often recently.
Wow.
All of the. I mean, we were lucky to get Sandra when we did, because she has been swamped ever since we had her on. I mean, she's been very busy. So, I'm as I said, hoping to get some more. ndbmedia.net. Go to our calendar and you can see what's coming up on the network from all the different shows, not just Talented Universe, but never know what's going to pop up. So, on behalf of Marcia and Grandpa Greg, thank you for coming, and we'll see you next week at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Bye-bye.
Good night.